Now, Sheriff, I gathered that this would not have gone down the way it did if the federal agents followed your lead. Is that so?
Yes. I made sure of that when they came to the station, and they assured me that they will only handle Boyd after he was arrested.
Then what happened?
What happened was that the day we were about to go to the commune, more G-men arrived in black vans at the station. I think there were about 30 of them. Many were armed with high-caliber rifles and wearing dark jumpsuits. I said to my deputy, Owens, what the hell is going on?
What did the feds tell you?
One of them, Agent Boone, told me that they were going to follow my lead. I told him. Lead them where exactly? Back to Vietnam? Well, he wasn't very pleased with that. So me and Deputy Owens got in my car and started for Boyd's compound.
Did Jack Boyd know you were coming?
I believe he knew. To be honest with you, that man had supporters everywhere.
Even amongst Lancaster police?
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't have a problem with him myself. Those people keep to themselves and want to be left alone. Boyd did not trust the government, but a lot of people don't.
But he called for a violent insurrection to overthrow what he perceived as a government run by witches and devil worshippers.
He has kooky beliefs. What else can I tell you? But their congregation did not have any animosity towards us, didn't harass any of my officers. Never had any domestic complaints, nothing. I drove to their commune several times to check on him and those people, and they never tried to intimidate me or wave their guns around me. I had pie and coffee there one time.
So what happened as you and the feds were on your way to arrest him?
On our way they overtook my car and sped up. I tell you, I was beside myself. Owens was trying to calm me down. They drove really fast too. I got there 10 minutes later. Driving from the main road to a dirt road a mile long that led to the compound. My deputy and I heard gunshots and then this loud explosion.
What did you see?
I saw one of their vans busted on the side of the road smoking pretty badly. This G-man hiding by the bush at the side of the dirt road yelled at me to get out of there because Boyd's people laid traps and they're taking pot shots.
Did you see people wounded or dead?
I only saw the bodies after the arrests. The 3 agents who died were killed by booby traps.
Booby traps?
Boyd was in Vietnam and used this know-how making traps. One kind of trap that killed a G-man was the grenade in a tin can attached to a tripwire. And of course he had bear traps laying around there too that injured a couple of people.
Holy, how did this happen?
Well, when the G's got there they desperately tried to surround the compound because they panicked when one of their vans blew up.
That was a trap too? Did they have landmines over there?
Well, it wasn't technically a mine. It was a bomb placed on the ground and was remotely detonated by someone from the compound who saw them coming. It killed 2 guys in the van. This is an information I got from the agents. When I got there it was a mess. Everyone was firing at each other. It was confusing. Some poor bastards were just unfortunate they came across booby traps while trying to find cover.
What did you do while this whole ruckus was going on?
Owens and I, and 2 other officers from Lancaster, who followed us, were on the ground. I told one of the officers to give me the bullhorn. I wanted to get this over with. When I got the horn I started talking, trying to convince them the best that I could. Try to remind them that we're all Christians here shooting at each other and all that. I think one of the G's didn't like me talking to the compound and was yelling at me to stop, but I didn't.
Did the gunfight stop when you started talking to them?
It went on for half an hour or more and then subsided. They were all busted up in there and I can hear the G's asking to each other where their chopper was and radioing for others to come right away. That moment me and Owens crawled out from the ditch and approached the compound. I was still using the bullhorn letting them know I was coming and I was met by 2 militia guys caked with dirt and blooded everywhere. We expected to see more armed men inside, but it was mostly women and children hiding.
There was no sign of Boyd.
Nope, he wasn't there. I don't know how he and the others escaped. We arrested everyone else. The children were taken into social services to be evaluated. There were only a handful of men when we got there, and they were in pretty bad shape. In another room I saw a couple of dead militias. A man and a woman sitting on a pool of blood cradling their rifles. The G's took the rest of them and they're in prison the last time I checked.
And the feds?
More of them came. The helicopter came finally, then ambulances, the news. We didn't talk much after. I bet the lead G got Shootout for what happened.
So what happened right after this whole thing?
Military arrived the next day and cleaned up the area. They bulldozed the compound and demolished everything including the crop fields and a little ranch they had there. They took the livestock. They found Boyd's radio shack not far and destroyed that as well.
What were these people growing out there?
Any fruit and vegetables you can think of. Corn, potatoes, carrots, pears, tomatoes. They like to be self-sufficient and only come to town for something they can't grow or make. Like batteries and gasoline.
And guns?
And guns.